On one stormy night, a shadow was creeping upon Jack's house. The shadow came closer and closer, asking Jack of his purpose in life. Jack just woke up from a horrible nightmare. It was around 8 a.m. and the doorbell just rang. Ding! The stairs creaked as he went downstairs, and the mail robot was here. It was the year 2100. He was only at the age of 27. The robot said, "Hello, sir. This is the mail." Headline: Jack picked climate change has become and scanned a devastating problem. Each text spelled something to him. He was raised in Canada and worked in a factory relying on fossil fuels and other non-renewable resources. He said, "Oh, I remember the days. They said this would all change. I thought the world can be free again." Saddened, he went across the neighborhood and met up with his friends, Clay Durant and Kenny O'Neill. Jack was addressing the issue on "There must be change." Kenny replied, "Man, I'm about 37 with two lovely children. I don't want to be walking around striking or walking either way." Jack stated back, "Don't worry, we'll start small." These very words started a revolution. Climate change. These three men went on past studying and achieving their ambitions onto helping the world. After studying and having the proper knowledge to advance into becoming paleoclimatologists, they were ready to change the world. They decided to explore the climates of the past. They started to explore areas with high abundance of till. Till is formed when sands and gravel fall due to glaciers as they melt. Thus, the areas where till are found refer to how those specific climates must have had cold temperatures. There were much more evidence than just rocks, such as cave deposits, microfossils, change pollen, learn more spores about past oxygen isotopes. We started landscape to research beyond just one environment. They realized rocks of the color red are found in hot climates, or seawater evaporation results to rocks collecting leftover sand. In addition to this, fossils lead to specific past climates in an area. For instance, coral reefs live in environments which cannot change even the slightest bit. If so, coral reefs will be unable to survive. When Jack was reading this, he realized that the areas where coral reefs are found means that the specific area is at a specific temperature and specific condition since the past until now. Landscape is also an indicator of climate change. For instance, when glaciers move downward river valleys, forming semicircular, semicircular deep U valleys in Norwegian fjords. Glaciers collect rocks and gravels. Debris scratches groove, creating striations. Also, once glaciers melt, the large rocks which it carries boulders known as erratics. Erosion and deposition indicates temperatures are colder than the current climate. Since climate describes the long-term conditions found within the area, our research provides the data required for scientists to analyze. This is used to studying weather on a daily basis using thermometers and rain gauges. Also, satellites are used to solve invalid insights on the data due to heat within a city. Therefore, Jack and his colleagues studied the climate change in Canada. He started to realize that the city's climate is changing and can affect the future generations dramatically. Jack, Clay, and Kenny were also discovering a technique used by the scientists since the 1950s. They started to measure the carbon found within the air, either through carbon dioxide or other gases with carbon. He discovered that the carbon mostly found in the air was carbon-12, specified for carbon released from the burning of fossil fuels. So what now? We've just been studying ways to discover past climates. Now what? Do we inform it to the public? Stated Clay, with a confused face. Jack responded, with a way to also know the past climates. Jack stated, let's look through contrasting evidence in our time period, indicating global warming. In the last 650,000 years, 7 cycles of glacial increase and decrease, with the sudden of ice age, 7,000 years ago. The sudden end of ice age created the starting point of modern climate era with human civilization. These 3 started to form protests, like turning off cars or reducing fossil fuel use. This can result to reducing usual climate changes in the course of years. If climate change continues to occur, it may end human life. Yet through strikes and organizations, nothing fell through. Eventually, the worst ways yet to come. Everyone died. Do you want this to be the future? Do you want this future generations? Help stop climate change.